Grammalogs practice, get ready, start. If you can put me up for a week in August, I shall be ready to go and stay with you. Stop. You can have as much walking as you like. Stop. I shall be at your disposal at almost any hour, and as I am a rare walker myself, I think I can say you will have all the exercise you wish. Stop. You ought to be a different fellow when I leave if you will be influenced by me. Stop. I think I can give you a mile in 6 and beat you. Stop. I have had some talk with young Lord Robson several times in the past week, and he says you can do 5 miles an hour. Stop. Those who saw you last autumn and know what you can do all say the same thing. Stop. This is all I know as to your form. Stop. But we shall see for ourselves. Stop. I think you will on. I am far beyond you in speed. Stop. It will be a case of each for himself and the race to the faster of the two. Stop. Oh, I know I shall beat you unless you are faster this year. Stop. Those who think poorly of themselves only induce those who know them to think the same. Stop. I speak for myself because I know myself. Stop. I can say a deal on this subject, and I usually do so. Stop. You ask why I have stayed away so long. Stop. The answer is business keeps me away. Stop. When would you like me to come? Stop. The best of luck to you and to the rest of the family. Stop. It will be nice to see them all, though I saw most of them a month or two ago. Stop. Para. Dr. Dear Fry, by all means apply to my people to tell you of my travels during the past 3 years. Stop. I believe it will be difficult for you to believe all they will tell you because it is almost beyond belief. Stop. They will tell you a very attractive story, all the more striking because of its truth. Stop. If you leave your call till next month, there may be more to tell you, and the news items may be equal to anything you have read. Stop. Every day brings before me circumstances unknown to me before, and every circumstance is singular in itself. Stop. It is very difficult for me to be surprised at anything now. Stop. I am surprised at nothing at all, nor do I think there is anything to surprise me because my life during the past few years has brought me so many surprises from all quarters. Stop. I have been delivered from troubles when deliverance would appear to have been impossible, and when an improvement of circumstances looked too difficult to be possible. Stop. You will see the significance of this when you know something of what I have been through, though the tale can be no more than a mere generalization and general review. Stop. Still, it will be as near the facts as possible in the circumstances. Stop. I will tell you and Mr. Oliver more when I see you, and it will be an advantage and an immense satisfaction to me to tell you both. Stop. You will then be at liberty to ask for any number of details, and as far as I am able to remember them, I will give them to you. Stop. I can see myself in your easy chair in the larger of your two rooms at home with my journal on my knees and the cheerful listeners facing me while I talk of the days of my subjection and of the dreary subjective examinations I gave myself in justification of my actions. Stop. In my opinion, you will say the tale insignificant and in signification of the happenings in the northern and southern climes far beyond anything you know. Stop. I must leave the balance of the tale, however, till I can go over it with you. Stop. I have some information largely personal to you which I must tell you at all cost before long. Stop. I trust the information will give you as much pleasure as I think it will. Stop. Anyway, it will enable you to set a right valuation upon the rest of my story. Stop. Please remember me to the children at home and to the older and larger children also. Stop. I shall be home again within 6 months. Stop. I shall hope to see the principal members of the local literary club within a few days of my return. Stop. Ever yours, Arthur Clyde. Stop. Para. I cannot quite understand how you came to act as you did in the court today, nor how you could put the case against that child with such particular force, missing no opportunity that you were able to seize to make the poor child appear guilty of the theft. Stop. You may say that without the evidence of the gentleman whose purse was taken and without the statements of the other gentlemen who said that they saw the child put her hand into the old gentleman's pocket, there would certainly have been no case for the jury. Stop. But surely, according to the evidence of the guard called by the defense, there was more than a doubt that the prisoner was the child seen by the gentleman who testified. Stop. The guard told a straightforward tale, and though you tried to shake his evidence, you failed to do so, except towards the end when he admitted he saw a gold coin dropped apparently from the child's hand to the ground. Stop. I think you were a little short with the guard, and I was glad when the people in the court cheered his final reply. Stop. They cheered him too at the end of the case under protest by him and his friends. Stop. I do not believe the Poor child came out of the yard as stated by one of your witnesses, and indeed I did not believe a word of that witness's evidence. Stop. It was given in a bad spirit, in a tone which sent a shiver through everyone in the court. Stop. I know that at least a third of his story about the school and the wonderful instruction he had received there was untrue. Stop. I know this because I went to the school myself, and you will find my name inscribed on the roll of honor hanging in the large hall. Stop. It is not wonderful, therefore, that I have a doubt of that man's word. Stop. It would be rather more wonderful if I believed his story. Stop. I think that he is a selfish, vindictive fellow, and it will be instructive to follow his future. Stop. Anyway, I shall set about an appeal for the child whom I believe to be absolutely innocent of the crime alleged against her. Stop.